Hey friends, it's Beck the Feminist Lawyer. I would so much rather be talking about my book release right now. I keep planning on putting on makeup and doing my hair and making a nice TikTok talking about my book release, but nope, tragic shit keeps happening and I keep having to address it without any makeup on. So whatever, this is my fucking face. Hormones happen. I'm gonna have to do some algorithm dodging here, so just bear with me. A woman named Renee Good was just unalived by ICE, the Cold Boys, for pulling over and videotaping them while in the process of kidnapping a citizen. It's disturbing as hell to read the description. She was a 37-year-old mother who was married to a veteran and was a poet and just pulled over to help keep ICE honest, to videotape their seizure of one of her neighbors, just to keep them honest. And one of them got in front of her car and another one started to assault her at the window of her car. And she turned her wheel to try to pull away. And instead of moving out of her way, the officer that had stepped in front of her car ended her. She had just dropped off her 6-year-old at school. That could have been me. Middle-aged poet, mother, stay-home mom. I mean, I'm not a stay-home mom, but she was. And dropping off her kid and pulled over to videotape to keep enforcement honest. And now she's done. That was her last act on earth. Her children now have to grow up without her. And I am disgusted and I am terrified. But we need to talk about the law. So I am on the record having said many times that both my law degrees are absolutely useless in this country now, because nearly everything I've learned in law school no longer freaking applies, because we have a king. So, whatever the king says goes. And we have a deeply corrupt Supreme Court, and we have a Congress that will not hold either of those two supposedly co-equal branches accountable. So keep in mind that all of these are the arguments that should have been made when the law still effing meant anything. So most people who have seen the video would just straight up say that was murder. And morally, you'd be absolutely right. Legally speaking, they are going to base their arguments on the fact that she was behind the wheel of a vehicle. And that has, in the past, been used as an argument for responding with deadly force, because they consider the vehicle a deadly weapon. So she had just about as many rights as somebody would have if they had pulled a gun. Now, were I the attorney for the deceased, I would absolutely go back and look at those videos, because it is clear that the agent drew a gun before the vehicle was in motion. So she had pulled over to videotape, and the officer decided to step in front of her car. I don't even want to call them officers. Who the fuck knows who these people are? The agent stepped in front of her car and was pulling the gun before she ever started driving. So my argument would be that she was fleeing a deadly weapon, and even if the court decides that using the car was deadly force, then she had the right to answer deadly force with deadly force. And then you gotta look at the stand your ground laws, you gotta look at the duty to retreat laws. I mean, it's gonna be complicated. This is not open and shut. I know we want it to be, and morally it is. But legally speaking, this is gonna be a battle. It's gonna be icky. And I'll keep you posted. I'll read about it as much as I can. I'll keep on top of it, and I'll try to get on here and sort of put all this legal gobbledygook into layman's terms so everybody understands exactly what's going on. But, the king's going to win. The king always wins. So I guess maybe we need to take some lessons from the French. We see how they treat their kings. Stay safe out there, y'all. They're wildin'.